The F-4 Phantom II became the symbol of American air power during the Vietnam War. Introduced in the early 1960s, this twin-engine supersonic fighter was originally designed for the U.S. Navy but soon became the backbone of the U.S. Air Force and Marine Corps as well. In Vietnam, the Phantom served multiple roles: air-to-air combat, ground attack, reconnaissance, and bomber escort. Early in the war, U.S. pilots believed missiles had made guns obsolete, so the Phantom initially lacked an internal cannon. This assumption proved costly when dogfights with agile MiG 17 seconds and MiG 21 seconds revealed serious weaknesses. Despite early challenges, the F-4 evolved rapidly. Later versions added a 20mm Vulcan cannon, improved radar, and better missile tactics. The Phantom scored more air-to-air kills than any other U.S. aircraft in the war. Beyond dogfighting, the F-4 delivered massive bomb loads against North Vietnamese supply routes, bridges, and airfields. Its speed, power, and versatility made it indispensable. The end of the war, the Phantom had cemented its legacy as one of the most iconic combat aircraft in aviation history. The F-105 Thunderchief was built for one purpose: speed and destruction. Nicknamed the Thud, it was the primary strike aircraft for the U.S. Air Force during the early years of the Vietnam War. Designed to fly low and fast, the Thunderchief carried a heavier bomb load than World War II bombers. It was the aircraft most often sent into heavily defended North Vietnam, targeting bridges, factories, and supply depots. Flying into dense anti-aircraft fire and surface-to-air missiles, F-105 pilots faced extreme danger. Loss rates were among the highest of any U.S. aircraft, yet missions continued daily. Despite its vulnerabilities, the Thunderchief proved incredibly tough. Many damaged aircraft managed to return to base against impossible odds. Though eventually replaced by more versatile jets, the F-105 remains a symbol of bravery, sacrifice, and relentless American air power. The F-100 Super Sabre holds a unique place in history as America's first supersonic fighter. In Vietnam, however, it found its true calling as a close air support aircraft. Flying thousands of missions, the F-100 protected us and Allied ground troops, delivering bombs, rockets, and napalm with precision. Though not designed for modern dogfighting, it proved reliable and rugged. Super Sabres often operated from forward bases, responding within minutes to troops under fire. Pilots flew low and slow, making them vulnerable yet deadly effective. By war's end, the F-100 had earned deep respect from soldiers on the ground who depended on it for survival. Small, agile, and deadly, the A-4 Skyhawk proved that size doesn't determine impact. Designed as a lightweight attack aircraft, it became a Navy and Marine Corps favorite in Vietnam. The Skyhawk flew from aircraft carriers, striking targets deep inland. Its compact design allowed it to carry a surprisingly heavy payload while remaining extremely maneuverable. Despite lacking advanced electronics, the A-4 relied on pilot skill and precision. Many pilots praised its responsiveness and survivability. Even decades later, the Skyhawk is remembered as one of the most effective attack aircraft ever built. The A-6 Intruder was America's all-weather strike weapon. Unlike most jets of its era, it could attack targets at night and through heavy clouds. Using advanced radar systems, the Intruder struck supply routes, bridges, and enemy strongholds, regardless of conditions. It played a key role in interdicting the Ho Chi Minh Trail. Slow but heavily armored, the A-6 could absorb damage and still complete its mission. Crews trusted it with the most dangerous operations. The Intruder's precision and reliability made it one of the most feared aircraft in Vietnam. The A-7 Corsair II, affectionately known as the Slough, short little ugly fellow, was a workhorse of the U.S. Navy and Air Force during the Vietnam War. Introduced in the mid-1960s, it was designed as a subsonic attack aircraft with precision strike capabilities, filling a niche between the nimble fighter and the heavy bomber. In Vietnam, the A-7 excelled in close air support and interdiction missions. It could carry an impressive array of bombs, rockets, and missiles while maintaining high accuracy. Unlike faster jets like the A-4, the A-7 prioritized precision and payload over speed, allowing pilots to deliver devastating blows to enemy supply routes, bases, and fortifications. One of the aircraft's notable features was its advanced navigation and targeting system for the ERA, which allowed strikes even in poor visibility conditions. Its reliability and simplicity meant it could fly multiple sorties per day, often returning safely despite enemy fire. The A-7 Corsair II left a legacy of precision strike excellence, proving that in the deadly skies of Vietnam, consistency and accuracy were as crucial as speed and agility. The Fate Crusader, nicknamed the last of the gunfighters, was a supersonic fighter used by the US Navy in Vietnam. Unlike many of its contemporaries, it retained an internal cannon, giving pilots a crucial advantage in dogfights with North Vietnamese MiGs. The Crusader's speed and maneuverability allowed it to excel in air-to-air combat. It often flew top-cover missions for slower attack jets like the A-4 Skyhawk and A-6 Intruder, ensuring their safety against enemy interceptors. One of the F-8 Fleet's most famous contributions was during Operation Rolling Thunder, where it intercepted and engaged MiG-17s with deadly precision. Its combination of guns and missiles allowed pilots to adapt to changing battle conditions, making it a versatile and respected aircraft. Despite being overshadowed by more advanced fighters in later years, the F-8's combat record in Vietnam solidified its place as a legendary naval fighter. The F-5 Freedom Fighter was a lightweight, agile fighter primarily used by the US in training and combat advisory roles during the Vietnam War. Though smaller and less powerful than jets like the F-4, its simplicity and maneuverability made it ideal for counterinsurgency missions and for training Allied pilots. In combat scenarios, the F-5 often engaged in air defense and close air support. Its compact frame allowed it to operate from smaller airfields and respond quickly to frontline threats. Pilots valued its responsive controls and reliability, especially in the heat of battle. The F-5 proved that advanced technology wasn't always necessary. A simple, well-built jet could perform critical missions efficiently. Though overshadowed by larger fighters, the Freedom Fighter played a quiet but essential role in Vietnam's air campaigns. The B-52 Stratofortress, a long-range strategic bomber, played a pivotal role in the Vietnam War. Despite being designed during the Cold War, with its enormous payload capacity, the B-52 delivered massive amounts of bombs in both conventional bombing and carpet bombing missions. During Operation Rolling Thunder and the later linebacker campaigns, B-52 seconds carried out night raids, targeting supply lines, bridges, and enemy troop concentrations. Its ability to fly high and stay out of range of most anti-aircraft fire made it a formidable force. Although primarily a bomber, the B-52's psychological impact on both enemy forces and US troops was immense. Its iconic 8-engine roar signaled both destruction and protection. Even decades later, the B-52 remains a symbol of American strategic air power and precision bombing capabilities. The B-66 destroyer was a versatile US Air Force jet primarily used for electronic warfare, reconnaissance, and light bombing missions during the Vietnam War. Adapted from the Navy's A-3 Skywarrior, the B-66 featured advanced radar and electronic countermeasure systems that made it crucial for disrupting enemy air defenses. In Vietnam, B-66 crews flew dangerous missions over heavily defended areas, jamming enemy radar and providing intelligence to support strike aircraft like F-4 Phantoms and B-52 seconds. The aircraft's combination of speed, payload, and electronic capabilities allowed pilots to penetrate hostile airspace while protecting other US planes. Although it never gained the fame of frontline fighters or bombers, the B-66's role was vital. Its ability to gather intelligence and protect strike forces helped save countless lives and contributed to mission success. The RF-4 Phantom II was the reconnaissance variant of the iconic F-4 Phantom. Equipped with high-resolution cameras and electronic sensors, it provided the US military with critical intelligence during the Vietnam War. Flying fast and high, the RF-4 captured images of enemy positions, troop movements, and supply lines. These reconnaissance missions were often extremely dangerous, as the aircraft had to fly over heavily defended areas without engaging in combat. The intelligence gathered by the RF-4 shaped bombing campaigns, air support strategies, and operational planning. Its ability to photograph and relay information in near real time made it an invaluable tool for both tactical and strategic missions. Though it lacked the offensive firepower of a fighter, the RF-4's impact on the war effort was immeasurable, proving that information can be as powerful as firepower. The EB-66 was a specialized electronic warfare jet derived from the B-66 destroyer. Its primary mission was to suppress enemy air defenses, jam radar systems, and protect strike packages during dangerous missions over North Vietnam. Equipped with state-of-the-art electronic countermeasures, The EB-66 allowed bombers and fighters to penetrate heavily defended airspace with reduced risk. Its missions were often covert and incredibly dangerous, flying near enemy radar installations to disrupt communications and targeting. The EB-66 crews were unsung heroes, often flying into areas where no other aircraft dared. Their work saved countless American pilots and ensured the effectiveness of bombing campaigns. Though rarely seen in popular media, the EB-66 was a linchpin in the US strategy to gain air superiority in Vietnam. The F-111 Aardvark was one of the most advanced strike aircraft used by the US Air Force during Vietnam. Known for its variable sweep wings, supersonic speed, and long-range strike capability, it revolutionized precision bombing. The F-111 could carry a massive payload and strike deep into North Vietnam under cover of darkness and poor weather conditions. Its terrain-following radar allowed pilots to fly at low altitudes, avoiding radar detection and surface-to-air missiles. Despite early technical challenges, the F-111 proved highly effective in combat, completing missions that were previously impossible for other aircraft. Its combination of speed, stealth, and payload made it a key asset in America's air campaigns. The Aardvark's legacy lives on as a testament to technological innovation and strategic air power. The T-38 Talon was primarily a supersonic trainer, but during the Vietnam War, it served critical combat support roles. Its agility and high speed made it useful for training, reconnaissance, and escort missions. Though not a front-line fighter, the T-38 helped prepare US pilots for the intense demands of jet combat. Its reliability and performance ensured that newly trained pilots could transition smoothly into aircraft like the F-4 Phantom II and F-105 Thunderchief. The Talon's contribution may have been behind the scenes, but it was vital in maintaining a constant stream of capable, combat-ready pilots throughout the war. The OV-10 Bronco was a unique and versatile aircraft used in the later stages of the Vietnam War. Designed for counterinsurgency, observation, and light attack roles, it excelled in jungle warfare environments where larger jets could not operate effectively. The Bronco could take off from short, rough airstrips and provide close air support for ground troops. Its slow speed allowed pilots to observe enemy movements, direct artillery, and coordinate airstrikes with remarkable precision. Equipped with machine guns, rockets, and bombs, the OV-10 could engage targets directly while supporting infantry operations. Its durability and adaptability made it an indispensable tool for reconnaissance and combat support missions. The OV-10 Bronco proved that flexibility and intelligence in aviation could be just as deadly as raw firepower.